so I won't use that. But is there maybe a strong dislike for the Vegas Golden Knights because of how they've been able to come away a lot happier than you guys in the last few games here? In meetings between the two teams. But.
Yeah. No, I know. I don't think there's a hate. Obviously, we know they're a great team, and they've got a lot of great pieces. We're disappointed with how the playoff series went last year, and they've gotten the better of us the two times we played them earlier this year. So we both know it's a big game for both teams. I think playoff positioning. They're fighting for space. We're chasing Colorado, Dallas, and Nashville's chasing us. So I'd expect another high energy game. A lot of desperation from both teams.
There was a lot more of your game on display Tuesday night against Edmonton. Does that kind of trump the playoff positioning right now, trying to get that game back to a full 60 minutes as you march on here?
I don't think there's any moral victories in this league, but I think the first period, the start, that's kind of been plaguing us lately. I thought, for the most part, we really liked our jump. We liked the chances we created, and to get out to 1-0 lead, I think it's what happened after that. We're not thrilled with. Especially that second period. We looked at just puck decisions, puck management, and some decisions we were making on the ice that kind of were self-inflicted wounds. I think it's important we clean those up at this time of the year, and it's a big point for us. On the slide, but the way we were able to come back 3-1. We give up an early power play goal against, and you're down to a great team. It's tough to come back, but I really liked our response, and we had some chances to pull ahead. So now it's just about finding that complete game. I think in this stretch that's really troubled us is we've had one bad period that's really kind of sunk the ship. So it's cliche as it is. It's you need to put together 3 solid periods to give yourself the best chance to win in this league.
Mental adjustments and mental focus different at this time of year? Because when you talk about puck management, line changes, which was one thing that Bones pointed out after the game, because games are more intense, is the mental focus and the corrections done a little bit differently?
I think just sometimes the sheer volume, sometimes it's mental fatigue where you make decisions you wouldn't necessarily be making when you're as sharp as you need to be. I think just the decisions at this time of the year are more magnified. I think everyone's ramping up, gearing up for the playoffs. We're playing a lot of great teams, and you give teams free offense or free opportunities to counterattack you. Generally, they're going to take advantage. So I just think that's kind of where it's gone. It's one of those things where we know being sharp it's going to be critical for our success in the playoffs and down the stretch. So we're looking to get back on the right track tonight.
Rest days have become more of a priority. Instead of practicing yesterday, for instance, the guys have a rest day so that it helps with the mental freshness.
I think some of it's physical too. The amount of games, the amount of volume you kind of put on the body. It's important to rest as much the mind as the body. So I think yesterday was a scheduled day off we had to make up. So I don't know if there was too much going on into the thought process behind that one, but it's important that when you're away from the rink or you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your mind, so that when we come to the rink we're ready, we're as sharp as we can be, so we can put our best foot forward.
When you talk about those periods that are getting away on the team, what's your read as the captain of this team of the mindset of the team in those periods while it's happening that's kind of keeping the team from halting that and turning it in a different direction in period?
Yeah, I think it's not a lack of effort. It's sometimes guys are trying to do almost too much, and that's where the turnovers happen. That's where the decisions where they're not the simple reads kind of come into play, where guys are trying to kind of turn the period and try and get the momentum back in our favor. I think it's one thing is we got to trust our structure, our defensive play. Kind of what we've hung our hat on all year is being a real tough team to score on 5-on-5, and sometimes when it feels like the period's getting away from you, we compound that by lack of puck management. Stop getting to our forecheck. Stop, extending some ozone time. Kind of letting our goalie and our team catch a breath by putting a few shifts together. So, I think sometimes it's a simple answer, but simplifying our game, getting a little more direct, a little more straight line, and then once we get that back, we can get that creativity. I think you saw last game where when we were on, we were creating some chances off the rush. We had some great plays coming through the neutral zone. So it's not like we can't create that when we're playing a solid structured game. I think it's just the time and place for it.
It doesn't matter where you finish, as opposed to how you're playing in 10 games from now.
Yeah, I think obviously you want to finish as high as possible to give yourself, the best chance possible at home ice and to have that advantage in the series. But, I think it's more critical playing the right way and playing well at the right time, right? So, if you have to start on the road but your team's playing better, I think it's, you're in a better position than, if the team's sputtering and you squeak home ice advantage, right? So, in the playoffs, you got to beat a lot of great teams. You got to win some games on the road. We're comfortable, playing on the road. We're comfortable playing at home. I think, our goal is to keep climbing in the standings. But at kind of after game 82, we'll assess that, and hopefully we're playing well, so it's not an issue whether we're starting at home or on the road.